Hey, what's up, man? We live. Want your channel taking a bathroom. Our tech reviews from the bathroom, man. Wrapping up the fishing live on TikTok. So, uh, got about 30 more minutes here, maybe an hour. So let's do a little fishing live on YouTube and Facebook. Like I said, I was live on TikTok. I was tearing them up. So, windy out, nice day. Let's go ahead and set you guys right here. Hopefully, you guys are able to see. Go ahead and get this line back in the water. Chauvin, Louisiana. Fishing on the bottom. Got shrimp. Earlier I was fishing with some squid. Like I said, yeah, kids, what's up? Like I said, I was on TikTok earlier fishing live, so I'm just wrapping up right now. Caught a lot of catfish earlier. I got another pole over here I got to get in. Phil Jackson overcame for several years a hostile work environment. So yeah, I was on TikTok, like I said. Every road trip. So I'm wrapping up. So I said, well, let me go live on Facebook and YouTube before I shut it down. Before I shut it down, the fish stopped running. But when they was running, boy, they was running. So whoever was watching me on TikTok, they watched me catch about 7 or 8 catfish back to back, back to back. 2 poles in the water, I was getting double hooked. By the time I put a line in the water, I was pulling another line out with a fish on it. So let's see if they start biting again. At some point, the owner's like, my tax bill is $500 million. I live in California, where the state's already taken half my money. So I could get the owner just saying, I don't want to extend this thing, I don't want to pay this. And they have these rising. Was a good day. Oh, kids, I threw those back, man. I don't eat no catfish when I go saltwater fishing. I threw those fish back. These catfish don't have enough meat on it for me, so. But I caught like about 7 or 8 of them. So yeah, we're gonna do about another 30, 40 minutes, and then we getting out. Like I said, the bites slowed up. But it is a beautiful day. It was cold out here earlier. But now the sun is out. The water is cold, but it's a beautiful day. Heart is beating, air in my lungs. I'm by myself. But I got, as you guys gonna see in my upcoming review videos, I got live TV. You probably hear. I got a power source, 2 cell phones. We good. We feeling good. Got a neck warmer on my neck, so we good. Oh, Kai? Oh, you ain't got him from the house? Oh, you ain't got him from school now, because he text me. I'm gonna come get him. Wendy out here. So there are 2 staffs Let me. Uh-oh. Let me show y'all the best thing about Southeast Louisiana, man. So you look across there, across the water over there. So those guys about to take a cast net. Now across here, you see across there, you see those RVs. So they basically pay to park their RVs right there. So those guys gonna go over there. They're gonna throw their cast net out. They're gonna catch shrimp, bait, or whatever. Either they're gonna eat the shrimp, ball the shrimp, or they gonna use the shrimp for bait. Then they gonna jump in their boats. They gonna go out there. They're gonna go out there. They're gonna catch fish, come back here, and spend the night, weekend, or however long they rent it for, you know. So great thing about Southeast Louisiana, man, you literally can walk out your house with a fishing pole or a rifle and put food in your fridge. I mean, it's just like me, man. I was out here earlier, man. Bang, 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 bang. Catfish after catfish, you know. If I had to feed my family, of course, I would have kept it. But it's just amazing, man. It's one of the most beautiful parts of the United States, Louisiana. The second thing, and I think this is a big thing, is that the CBA years ago, offensive line don't wear. Got something messing with the black pole. On the offensive line, don't play in the preseason. Well, the one unit on a football team that needs work and cohesion. Green pole ain't getting no bites. Offensive line play has regressed badly in the last 5 years. I mean, Denver Chargers the other night was a disaster. 6 or 7 sacks, 10 or 12 hits, 7 or 8 holding calls, a disaster. So O-line play in this league is a mess, and a lot of it is because the new collective bargaining signed years ago, and it's steadily gotten worse. Every year is they don't hit, they don't practice, they don't play in the preseason, and you're seeing a lot of these soft tissue issues with the big uglies up front. I mean, the Denver Broncos left tackle, best player on their offensive line, out for the year. The best center in the NFL, arguably Chargers, out. Their left tackle, out for the year. You got the Rams have lost all but one starter, and they're like not alone. So that's a big part of it. But there's something else out there that I think is real, and it's a cultural change. Years and years ago, 10, 15, 20 years ago, it was sort of understood that you would draft. What's up, D. Johnson, man? And even if he was talented, unless he was maybe. Hey, man, I was on TikTok earlier, man, live. But I got about another 30 minutes, 40 minutes here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. It's so quarterback centric. One of my kids got sick apparently at school, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Go pick him up from my sister's house. But I'll turn them up on TikTok, man. We gonna fight on the black ride. And they're playing him immediately. And if he doesn't work in 2 years, they're off to another one. And the funny bites like they was doing early in the week, and little funny bites. But earlier they wasn't doing all that. Earlier they was hitting it, taking it. Right? There's more great quarterbacks than ever, but we're giving them less time. We're making them play early. Prime example, Mac Jones, 1 year starts in college. Start in the NFL. Right when it can. Go. I got this other pole, green rod, out the camera view. Go ahead and we'll let in, wind that in, throw it back out. The media mocked the Bears. Justin Fields was not ready last year to play in the NFL. He wasn't ready. I don't think with this offensive line, he's still not ready. So what is happening is this happens all the time. When the NBA became, because of analytics, very three-centric, what happened? Back to the basket centers like Dwight Howard became completely dispensable. Dwight Howard's career is ascending down a cliff. Baseball now. You can strike out. Nobody cares. Just have home run hitters. What does it mean? There's more strikeouts. There's fewer base runners. Attendance and ratings have gone down. There's less activity in baseball. The NFL changed its rules due to safety to be more quarterback-friendly and more quarterback-centric. You can't win running the ball. You can't win just with defense.
got to have an elite quarterback. And teams now are reaching on quarterbacks that aren't really as good as
right, I got the
they're asking you to
pole back in
play
the water.
immediately. And some guys like Kenny Pickett should. Kenny Pickett started for 4 years in college in the same stadium. He should play. There are quarterbacks I have lobbied go play. Kenny Pickett's a prime example. You got a good defense, a veteran coach. You played in the same stadium for 4 years. Kenny Pickett should come in and play. But you got these Davis Mills, these Mac Jones, these Justin Fields. And it's like people are overdrafting quarterbacks, playing them, jilted into not playing them. I mean, even Patrick Mahomes, we forget, the well-run Chiefs sat in for a year. Aaron Rodgers, well-run Packers, sat in for 3 years. Belichick didn't start Brady right out of the chute. But the culture is changing now. There's just one way to win a league. So you just draft quarterback. I mean, Daniel Jones, we wouldn't even be questioning Daniel Jones 10 years ago. He would get this year and next year. By Thanksgiving, upstairs, they'll make a decision. And so we're overdrafting quarterbacks. We're playing them sooner. We're demanding they be good. And it's tough. It's unless you're like a Josh Allen talent. Lamar Jackson. They didn't want to play him in the first year. They kind of got forced to because Flacco, age, and injuries. But they were going to sit Lamar Jackson, who was the MVP the next year. They were going to sit him the whole year. Well-run organization.
Colin, I was listening to you and seeing that chart. First of all, that chart is extremely alarming. The unders this year are hitting big. But I think back to the NBA when the Pistons of like the early 2000s were mucking it up, and the Spurs were, and the finals games were like 83-75. And it was unwatchable. The rate it's traded. NBA changed the rules to allow more free-flowing offense, and boom, scoring takes off. How close are we to the NFL having to step in and loosen some defensive rules? Because, listen, college football this past weekend had way more exciting games than the NFL. The scoring was through the roof. USC, Utah, TCU, Oklahoma State. Every game was like super high scoring and fun.
I think what will happen in the next collective bargaining agreement is
Wind
that
them
the
back
owners
in.
and the management will say, guys, we've got to have more hitting in the offseason. Offensive line plays terrible. More of you are getting hurt. The quarterbacks are getting hurt. And then, all these negotiations are give and take and give and take.
Whole time I was hooked up. Whole time I was hooked up on this little guy right here. Whole time I was hooked up on this little guy right here.
Both those quarterbacks running for their life on every snap. So I think that's where we are. Scoring is down big, over a touchdown in 2 years. And also the big plays are drawing up. College football this weekend was one big play after another. Saturday was more entertaining than Sunday. And I haven't seen that in a long time.
Tennessee, Alabama had like 50-yard plays galore. It was like, oh my gosh, what am I watching? And then, like you said, like Justin Herbert, every drop back was like at the line of scrimmage or 5 yards closer. It's just not really fun.
Yeah. As everybody knows, athletes rise and fall in the ranks, but when it comes to saving money, Simply Safe always stays on top. Right now, you can save big.
Little bitty guy.
Listeners getting 40% off their advanced security system. Simply Safe was just named best home security.
He messed my line up.
Okay? When a threat is detected using Simply Safe, they're monitoring professionals.
Oh man.
They promptly contact you and dispatch first responders
This
to your
hook.
home.
This hook right here is everything.
Even if you're unable to respond. Also, $1 a day if you sign up. That's less than half the cost of traditional professional installed plans. Simply Safe blanket your home. Protection. Backyard, front yard, doors, window, every room. Motion detectors. Don't miss the chance. Right now, get 40% off your order when you visit simplysafecolin.com today. There is no safe like Simply Safe.
This October, Big Papi is giving away $10,000, and you can take a swing at winning. Download the free-to-play Fox Bet Super 6 app now. Your chance to win $10,000. Look at that freshly sliced turkey. That jersey looks. There's some things you just gotta see. Like that's not their turkey. That's deep eaten. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. Pacifico is brewed for those who follow the long path. That's makes living life anchors up.
Your record label is taking off, but so is your sound engineer. You need to hire.
Indeed.
Indeed, you do. Indeed
Alright,
instantly delivers.
we got Tango right quick, but I think I got it. Little baby cat. Got a little baby cat. Going back in. We're gonna check that this hook right here, man. They hooked themselves with this. We're gonna check the other pole.
Trackers and viruses. Get the special offer now at NordVPN.com. Safely be you.
I'm gonna cast out about maybe 4 feet. From the bank. Just let it sink. Tighten that line up. See if we can get another little bite. It look like the only thing want to hit the catfish.
Some people taking their Tesla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur. Call your doctor about your medicines and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Doctors have been prescribing your Tesla for 8 years. Don't hesitate. Ask your doctor about your Tesla today.
Go ahead and get this back out there. Whoever hit this, hit it hard. Put my bait on old school style. All right, my sister said she wanted to fish, so let me see if I can catch her a fish. If I catch it, she gotta clean it though. Oh. See if I get her a fish. There go a fish on right quick. All right, let's see. See if we got it.
Nobody does anything perfectly the first time, or the second, even the third. We learn from mistakes. But when it comes to retirement planning, who can afford mistakes? Smart Asset can help you avoid those unpleasant mishaps with a free guide, The 7 Crucial Mistakes of Retirement Planning. We also match you with up to 3 vetted fiduciary financial advisors who can help you achieve your retirement goals. Using Smart Asset is free with no obligation. Discover what others learned the hard way at smartasset.com.
Couple more minutes out here. Like I said, they stopped running. When it was running, it was on though.
Would put Aaron Rodgers above Tom Brady. Part of this is because we know Aaron's last 16 playoff games, he shrinks. He's 7-9. He completes less than 64% of his throws. And that's often as a home, he's got the better team. But style, which usually is associated with basketball, Aaron is more style. He's cooler, more flamboyant, got a little attitude, a little edge. And it does look prettier when he throws the ball, doesn't it? One thing that's interesting about Tom Brady and Aaron, there are no more secrets. Like from their personalities to their games. There's no secrets about Derek Jeter at the end or Eli Manning. You know what they do well, you know what they don't, you know their strengths, you know their liabilities, you know their personalities. Aaron's got a lot of wow moments. The sport is not about history or glamour or flash or style. It's just about do you win big games. And it is amazing to me that still to this day, the aesthetics with Rodgers are number 1 in football over Brady. If you told me minute 25 left,
Blackpool look like he got another hit.
Mahomes, Brady, Wilson, Burrow, Stafford, Shannon.
And the green pole is a letdown today, man. I caught the biggest fish on the black pole, and I caught the most fish on the black pole.
I don't mind fans being goofy. Man, should be. Fan is short for fanatic. But when people who work for a living, that's the guy. Really? He's talking about retirement? That's the guy?
Fox Bet Super 6 has already given away $1 million to Terry Bradshaw's money this NFL season. And everyone has another free chance to win $100 grand this Sunday. Download the app and enter your 6 picks in the NFL Sunday Challenge contest for your chance to win. Fox Bet Super 6 has given away nearly $8 million to over 80,000 winners, so don't miss out.
Lower scoring games.
So there's a nice hit right there.
I went 4-1 last week. I like more underdogs. Are the Jets one of them?
It's down to
Giants are.
Looks like we got a bite on the black.
Why are the Giants underdogs in Jacksonville against the 2-4 Jags? That line's kind of interesting, is it not?
Probably took my bait. What y'all think?
When Russell Wilson went to Denver,
That thing took my bait.
he looked at it and said, my prediction was Brady went to a franchise that had talent and he'll be the candidate.
You want me to do a live show, D?
And then
Showing people how to fry that fish? That's a good idea, man. I don't know if I'll be able to clean it live because YouTube don't like. For some reason, YouTube don't like that. They don't like when you clean fish and deer and all of that, you know. I guess YouTube don't know how chicken nuggets are made.
And just said I know what I'm talking about. But I have said I can't figure out how Russell Wilson can go from 4 good years to awful. He's 33. There's no surgeries. There's no precedent for going from this to that. If you had a student at high school who were A- student and they became a D- student, you would think as a parent, drugs are involved. Like what's happening now?
Man, I knew that, boy.
Chaos, drugs, and the
Probably a little crab or something got me hung up down there. I knew that, man.
You can't go from
Dog it.
to this. It makes no sense. He's 33. He's never had a major surgery. He's a workout freak. So I believe in the big blame pie packets half of the problem. I also believe the young receivers, we've overvalued them. The rest of the roster, offensively, that's it. And then I think Russell at 30% is a bit distracted, refuses to run, is trying to be a pocket quarterback, and that's not what he is. Run, dude, that's what you are. That's your secret sauce. That's your superpower. Go.
I'm about to put a weight on here, an egg weight.
Be a catalyst in there for it. It could be a million different things. So, but here's something to think about, and I know most.
I'm gonna go with 3 ounce. That's heavy, but
I'm looking not at the what.
Oh well.
What's the why? Roy's washed. In the history of football, nobody went from 32 years old, B plus A minus to washed. It doesn't work that way in pro sports. No NBA players like a borderline all-star, and then the worst guy on the team.
Man, this weather feels so good out here, y'all. Thank God for this blessed day. Thank God that we're alive. Thank God that we're able to be out here.
Experienced NFL coach who was considered upper echelon. A star receiver.
Thank God for all his blessings. 10, 12 targets a game. It's definitely a blessed day. Definitely feel good out here.
Who immediately became the best right tackle in football.
Able to catch some fish. Wasn't the fish I wanted. I threw them back, but had the experience to catch some fish. Had some good fights. Able to go live on TikTok. And I'm live now, wrapping up. Couple more throws, maybe another 15, 20 minutes, and we gone. Put an egg weight on here. That way, I don't get hung up so much. Oh, that's sinking good. I might hook up on something big right here with this black rod.
I had my annual physical yesterday. And,
I don't know what's going on with the green rod though. My boy can't even get a bite.
When you play offensive line, you're forced to be tough, right? Because you're going to get a mouthful on every single play. You get to choose whether to be dominant as a wide receiver. You choose whether you want to do the dirty work.
Man, caught some catfish earlier that was running. You know, I don't eat the catfish, I throw them back, but you know, it was fun. But they stopped biting so far.
But you're either coaching that or you're allowing it.
It's not all Russell. Can't be. There's no precedent for it. J-Mac with the news.
Beautiful weather, though. Yeah.
This is the Headline News.
And a quick update on Russell Wilson. We'll start there. He's dealing with a lat injury, and he had an MRI on his hamstring. Now, all of a sudden, there was a lot of action in the market. The line dropped a little bit. It came off the board. But it sounds like Russ is pushing to play through the pain against the Jets Sunday.
All I see is courage.
In arguably the second biggest game of the day. Now, the Jets pass rush has been dominant. Quinnen Williams is eating Russ on a bad hammy with a weak offensive line. Seattle, 3-3.
We ain't making the playoffs either. But let's
Yeah, I
stick
would
with
agree
it.
with that. All right, next up, Colin. During
Oh,
Monday
man.
night's win over the Broncos, I'm sure you saw this. The Chargers benched the big offseason acquisition, J.C. Jackson. They gave him $1 billion. He has been awesome. But Brandon Staley's not throwing in the towel yet. Here's what he had to say.
He came here to do the job that he was designed with fitting in or scheme fit, any of that. He's here to do what he does best, and we need to make sure that we continue to work with him so he's focused, consistent, and being the player he can be. We just need to stay patient. Last night wasn't up to his standard or ours, and so we felt like we had to go in a different direction, but we're just going to stay with him, keep coaching him, and see if we can get him comfortable.
By the way, did Bill Belichick sell the Chargers a bill of goods?
He's never done that before, right? Real quick note on J.C. Jackson. And finally, Russell Westbrook, listen, media scrutiny since he joined the Lakers has been kind of wild.
It was, man. Like, they stopped.
Everybody's focusing on Russell Westbrook.
It's been about 15 minutes since they stopped biting. 15, 20 minutes.
People going after his former team.
But I was just catching some cat.
I understand that it's certain times where you don't play well, and people you are open to criticism when you don't play well. We get that, but it's like now you're making it better with better. So hopefully you can keep everybody that they wanted to how to feel about it game, and they're struggling and way dialogue on that game is just so toxic at this point. I get criticism, but it's starting to make
No, that's fair. I like that. That's why I made my addendum to my show this year. I'm not going to spend the year making Westbrook the dark horse of this show. He is not the problem of the Lakers. He is a symptom of their organization. He should not be on this roster. They're asking him to do things. Ask Westbrook to catch it and shoot. That's what Klay Thompson or Bradley Beal does. That's what Buddy Hield does. So everybody's banging on Westbrook, and last year I was all over it because it can be a very rigid personality. But that's kind of what it is. You can ask. Very rarely do you get an athlete that can do everything. Josh Allen, Shohei Ohtani. Those guys are once in a 20-year period, but they can literally. Josh Allen can do RPOs. He can throw deep. He can throw short. He can leap over people. Westbrook is a ball in his hand, 100-mile-an-hour, give you 23 points, 34 minutes. That's what he is.
Remember when Josh Allen was like a 59% completion guy when he came into the league? Yeah, but I think the first 2 years, he sure has gotten better and improved. Pretty impressive run for Josh. I mean, one of the great quarterback transformations we've seen in the NFL.
But he was also a great prospect. UCLA couldn't figure out what to do with Westbrook. Westbrook walked into this league, and he was just athletic. Nobody knew what to do with him. He's not Josh Allen as a prospect. He has worked himself into a Hall of Fame player. But he's a limited player. There are things he cannot. Dwight Howard, back to the basket center. Don't ask him to shoot threes. I mean, Dwight Howard, the minute the NBA changed, Dwight Howard evaporated. He is what he is, a shot blocker, a rebounder, and a back to the basket bit.
Kawhi Leonard came to the league, could not shoot threes. The Spurs got him a shot doctor. He's a 40% three-point shooter. I like evolving players and athletes. Don't see it in Russ.
J-Mac for the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Line News.
The voice of college football, he is feeling himself today. Joel Klatt told us that Tennessee was going to roll over Alabama.
I told you the Trojans were going to get beat.
Yeah, but you know what I told you?
What did you tell me?
Jim Harbaugh is going to roll over Penn State because we continue to do this. We find things about Harbaugh we don't like, and we're not acknowledging. In 1 year, he turned the program around.
Mm-hmm.
He has, over time, developed a top 5 program in the country.
Yeah.
They are a legitimate Ohio State, Clemson, Georgia, Bama level team this year.
Yeah, I think that every one of those teams that you mentioned have won playoff games,
Okay.
you know, and so that would be their next step. You know, right now what Michigan is what Lincoln Riley was at Oklahoma, which is like, okay, they're starting to become a really, really good team that we would include on the top end, and rightly so, but haven't done it in the playoff yet. And obviously last year that matchup against Georgia was a tough one. But to your point, I would say this. I love, and J-Mac, you just talked about like evolving players. In my sport, in college football, your program has to evolve.
Right.
And you've got to evolve as a coach, and maybe even at the NFL level as well. But we've seen the sport dramatically change over the last decade via rules, innovation offensively. It has changed. And I would just take you back, like, when you think of the 2018 and 19 Michigan Wolverines, they were really good teams that could not cut it at all against Ohio State. Couldn't cut it at all. Schematically, they were not built to face the top-end
They
teams.
also weren't fast enough.
They weren't fast enough, any of it, like the scheme, the personnel. Well, then, Harbaugh went to work. And, yeah, they had the poor COVID year, and then all of a sudden they come back last year and they've got a different style of defense that schematically, the architecture of that defense is way more sound against the top-end teams like Ohio State. They got faster on offense. They got faster at linebacker. They got faster at safety. And now, all of a sudden, when you look at Michigan, it's not the team that's going to get into a tussle with Penn State and then get blown out by Ohio State. They just hammered the Nittany Lions, and they're like, okay, we are ready and built to go in and face Ohio State.
That game, at one point, it was 18 first downs to 1.
We are ready and built to go in and face Ohio State.
That game, at one point, it was 18 first downs to 1. That is how Georgia would beat Penn State. That game wasn't nearly as close as the score.
I agree.
That was Bama 4 years ago beating Wisconsin.
They rushed for 400 yards on a rush defense that came into the week as the 5th-ranked rush defense in the country. So, you know, Michigan's very good. They have evolved. I think Jim evolved from a personnel standpoint, from a schematic standpoint. They're more balanced on offense, and also from a culture standpoint. It's a program that just feels much different. It was very rigid when I first started covering it.
I don't know if the bite's gonna come back or not.
And it's just more positive. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's certainly fun to be around.
I can explain it to all you Harbaugh critics in 2 words. Uncle Colin can explain it. Eat it. All right, let's move on to the next segment. Okay. Hendon Hooker. All of a sudden, I hear about 3 weeks ago, this guy at Tennessee, he's like 40. His name is Hendon Hooker. He's got on all these quarterback roles, and I watched him against Alabama.
He should be.
Pocket, big arm,
Yes.
accurate, throw after throw.
Yes.
Is that Alabama's defensive issues, or is this kid a top 10 quarterback?
I think both can be true. So for me, I always look at from the quarterback perspective, can you make the layups, and then can you also go above the X's and O's, right? So, like, you can't – see, there are times when you evaluate a quarterback, and you're like, man, he just makes easy throws.
All right, man. So we go ahead and pack up. The fish stopped for right now, so we gonna stop, man. It was a fantastic morning. About to go to the house, get the kid, then hit the gym. Go Pelicans.
Mahomes doesn't do that. And the wide receiver